Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome. You're a bit far away. I'm going to adjust. Feels funky. So, just a slight disclaimer: dog's restless today, so you may hear barking in the background. I always think that's a good opportunity to let go of the outside world and come in and go inside and really allow yourself to focus on your breath. She's just making a point now for you. Hopefully she'll settle down, however. Alrighty, today's a strong session. We will take a flow. We'll do some work for the core, a little bit of back bends, a general all-round flow today. And as always, listen to your body. Only do what feels good. If any of it hurts, particularly in joints, then I'd like you to really think about whether you need to ease off or leave it altogether. Let's begin then. Come onto your knees. And start in child's pose. Bring your backside to your heels, feet at the back of the mat. Stretch your arms out. If you like a cushion under your knees, then grab it, or a blanket. Forehead to the mat. And begin with a few lovely soft inhales and releases through your mouth. So breathe in through your nostrils and let your muscles soften as you exhale. Notice what you're bringing with you to the mat today. See if you can notice it and then let it go. Any physical tensions, emotional tensions, stuff going on in your world. Leave it be for now. Spread your fingers, press your hands down into the mat with your next in breath, rise all the way up. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, cow and cat, a lovely way to start practice. Legs rooted down onto the mat, palms rooted. Inhale, forehead and tail to the sky, belly button to the earth. And at the end of the breath, start to slowly take it back in the opposite direction. Exhaling, belly button to spine, tail drawn under, chin to chest. Inhale, once again, making your way into cow pose. And exhale to cat. So see if you can find the smoothness in the movement so that each pose melts into the other. Immediately end of cat pose, start making your way back into cow. And perhaps as a focus for this session, thinking about smoothness. Even if you're new to practice, looking for where you can bring stillness to the movement. With your next in-breath, come to a neutral spine. Slide your hands forward just about a hand's length and start to draw a circle with your shoulders. Inhaling forward. Change the direction. Still inhaling forward. And then come back to the beginning. Slide your wrists back a little bit. Tuck your toes under. Bring your backside to your heels. So a nice opportunity to stretch out the soles of your feet, your toe joints.
Slide your hands forward once again. So we'll go through 3 vinyasas, and we'll take them nice and gently, and you just see which you prefer for your session today. So with your first in breath, or your next in breath, just reach up. Shoulders over wrists. He's really going for it today. Elbows towards your body and a softening, a melting down. So this is not so much about strength as about finding movement in the spine, although your biceps do get involved. Keep your toes tucked under. Press your hips, your abdomen down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, take it back into child's pose. So that's one possible vinyasa. If that feels nice to you, you can stick with that. A stronger vinyasa then. We'll rise up onto your hands and knees. Make sure your hands are not under your shoulders. If they are, slide them forward. Mine were a little bit. Shoulders over wrists. And make a straight line from your knees to your crown. So I'm checking to make sure I'm demoing right. So a nice diagonal line there from knees to crown. And then take the half plank. Exhale, lower your elbows towards you. And then rise up into a cobra. So just a low, gentle cobra. Elbows reaching for your waistline. Exhale, lower down. Inhale onto your hands and knees. Exhale, take yourself back into extended child's pose. Strongest one of all. So if you're still with me and you want to go for the strongest one, inhale, rise up and take yourself into high plank. You won't need your cushion, but you can leave it there if it's there. Exhale, lower down, elbows towards your body. And then you can choose either low cobra or high cobra. So for high cobra, elbows remain bent. There's a lovely roundness in the front of your body across your chest. Exhale, drop down and rise up onto your hands and knees. Let's take downward facing dog. So you can do away with the cushion for now. As a warm up for your feet, just take it slowly. Spread your toes as you go. So notice that movement all the way through your toes, all the way into the soles of your feet. Reach your heels back to the back of the mat. Press into the mat. Circle your armpits in towards each other, like you've got to try and hold something there. Then press into the mat with the heels of your hands, the knuckles of your hands, and your fingertips. Really claw down into the mat. Take a few breaths here. Squeeze your glutes together. Now we'll all take a high plank. So ripple forward, take your heels off the mat and let your plank ripple in from the downward facing dog. Bring your feet together. Raise your right leg and bring your right elbow to tap the outside, right knee to the outside edge of your elbow. Then send it back. Now take it to the inside of the elbow and send it back. Now take it to the left elbow and back. Drop the foot, drop your knees, backside to heels. Let your arms relax. You can let them completely relax. If you like, you can even bring your hands behind you, make small fists, and circle your wrists. Okay, bring your hands forward. Inhale, come up onto your hands and knees. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feet are together for this one. So in yoga, feet together generally means big toes touching, but heels slightly apart so that the outside edge of your feet are parallel to each other to the edge of your mat. Let's ripple forward once again into plank. Now bring your left knee to the outside of your left elbow. Take it back, then to the inside and back, and then to the right elbow and back. Drop it down. Take yourself back into downward facing dog. And then walk nice and slowly to the top of the mat. Soft bend, so you can have bent knees, arms relaxed, gazing into your knees. And now bend a little deeper. Swing your arms, come all the way up on the in-breath. Exhale, hands to your heart. Wonderful. Drop your arms by your sides. I'll turn to face you for a minute for some shoulder work. So big toes touching. Long spine. That means the tail draws under the crown. Take your shoulders up to your ears and back. Inhale up. Exhale back. One more time. And release. Now take your arms behind you, up, inhale, exhale forward. Once again, inhale up, exhale. Last time. Hands down. Interlace your fingers, palms up to the ceiling. Press up. I think you've lost my hands, but the palms are facing up. Really press up as much as you can, big toes touching. Squeeze your buttocks in together, lift up. And on your next out breath, lean over to the right. Press into both feet equally and really lengthen on the next in breath. And then come back all the way back to the center and leaning over to the left now. So make sure there's space between your ears and your arms. Press both feet down, squeeze your buttocks together. Inhale, all the way back up. Exhale, release your arms. Brilliant. Step to the left, feet parallel. Drop your chin down to your chest and draw a semicircle across your chest. Take it slow. So notice the breath. Inhale to the shoulder, exhale to the chest. And then take a nice big circle with your next in-breath. Just in front of you, you don't need to tip your head back, and then change the direction of the circle. Lovely. Lift your head up, bring your feet back together. So at the top of the mat then, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up, squeeze your buttocks, arms behind your ears. Take a gentle back bend. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend your knees, fingertips to the mat. Take a big step back with your right foot and walk the left foot to the left. Now, if you want a gentle practice today, you might drop your right knee. If you're looking for something a little stronger, reach your heel back, sweep your arms up to the sky, then take a slight bend in the back knee and draw your right heel back as far as it'll go to the back of the mat. Gazing straight ahead, suck your belly button in towards your spine. Couple more breaths here. And as you exhale, drop your hands down to the mat. Now, if at this point you're in high lunge and your hips are higher than your knee, your front knee, I'd like you to drop onto your back knee. Otherwise, if you can keep your hips level with your knee, then you can keep your knee off the mat. Onto the palm of your right hand, or the fist, or the fingertips, left hand underneath, and then keeping your hand nice and close to your body, open out in a twist. Now the temptation here is to twist at the hips so that the left hip rises up. See if you can keep that level. So keep your hips level with each other. Look up towards your left hand and just know that there might not be a straight line across the shoulders. They might not be lined up. There might be more of an angle. Notice what's going on in your forehead and see if you can relax it. Coming back to the breath, breathing through your nose if you can. Then exhale, drop your left hand down. Hop your right foot to the center and we'll all meet in plank pose.
Feet are together. Raise your left leg. Take it to the outside of your left arm and back, and the inside and back, and to the right elbow and all the way back. Drop the foot. Now this is the point where you take your vinyasa. So you can lower straight down one straight plane, half plank, or from extended child's pose, wave forwards and lower down. So some of you might be taking a low or a high cobra from here, you decide. Exhale, lower. Inhale onto your hands and knees. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big toes are touching. Look at the space between your hands and either walk to the top of the mat or take a big swing with your right foot and then your left. We'll meet in forward bend. Bend your knees, swing your arms up to the ceiling, exhale, hands to your heart. And take a moment, I'm a bit froggy, so I'm going to have a sip. Excuse me. Okay, once again, inhale, take the gentle back bend, lovely stretch across the front of your body. Exhale, fold forwards. Fingertips to the mat. Bend your knees, take your left foot back this time. Walk your right foot to the right. And once again, either drop your back knee or swing your arms up for a high lunge with a slight bend in the back knee and the left heel reaching to the back of the mat. Tail under crown, whether your knee's on or off the mat. And drop your hands down. Once again, dip your right hand underneath the right leg and keep the hand as close to your body. That helps you to keep your hips even. Reach your right arm up, draw your right hip down. Breathe, nice long breaths. Drop the right hand down. Take the right foot back. And so once again, the taps. Raise the right leg. Tap the outside of your right elbow. The inside. And the left elbow. Drop the foot. And your vinyasa. Half plank, full plank. Or that little wave to the top of the mat. Take your choice of back bend. And meeting in downward facing dog. Look at the space between your thumbs and either walk to the top of the mat or take a big swing, left foot first this time. And then right foot. Pause in forward fold. Bend your knees. Swing your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, we'll speed up now. So take a moment to check in with your breath. And then with your next in-breath, a lovely back bend. Exhale, fold forwards. Little knee bend, inhale, right foot back. Drop the knee or don't, your choice. Next in-breath, arms up to the sky. Exhale, drop your hands. Inhale, opening out for that lovely twist. Exhale, drop your left hand, hop your right foot to the center line, send your left foot all the way up. Inhale, exhale, tap your elbow. Inhale back, exhale, inside left elbow. Inhale back, right elbow, all the way back. And take your vinyasa, and a third option is to keep that left leg up high as you lower down. Take your back bend. Exhale to lower, meeting in downward facing dog.
Now this time you can walk to the top of the mat, step or jump. Meeting in forward fold. Bend your knees, inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And again, big in breath. Exhale. Bend your knees. This time, left foot back, sorry. Inhale. Rise up. And with your next out breath, drop your hands. Take your right arm up to the ceiling with an in-breath. Exhale, drop the hand. Hop your left foot to the center. Take your right foot high. Nice big in-breath. And with your next out breath, tap your elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, tap. Inhale back. Left elbow. All the way back. And then either lower the foot and take your vinyasa or lower down from here. Your back bend. Exhale. And downward facing dog. So walk, step, or hop to the top. Big deep knee bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. So we'll layer on a couple more poses. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, left foot back. Ready for the high lunge. So walk your right foot to the right if you need to, all the way up. Exhale, drop your hands down. Right hand up to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale, drop your hand. Take your right foot back, you know what to do. Nice big tap. So this is really improving the strength in your core, your back, your glutes, your legs. And then either drop that back foot or you can chaturanga dandasana or take any of the other vinyasas. Depends on your experience and how you're feeling today. Make your way to downward dog. Feet are together. Raise the right leg. Swing the foot forward inside the hands, then drop the left heel and sweep your left arm up for warrior two. Tail under crown once again, hips open. Shoulders and hips lined up. Turn your right palm up to the ceiling, reach forward, and then take it back into reverse warrior. Make sure you're not crunching too much in the waist. So you lift all the way up and then take yourself back. Inhale to warrior two. Hands to your hips, straighten the front leg and turn the toes slightly inwards. Lift up through your ribs. Exhale, fold forwards. You can take your hands all the way to the mat. Now bring your hands to your tail, lace your fingers together. Straighten your arms and reach your knuckles up to the ceiling. So the heels of your hands don't have to be touching. And then you can let your arms make their way over towards the back of your head. So gravity does the work here, you don't need to force it. To come out of pose, gently take your arms back to your backside. Release the grip, hands to the floor. Walk your hands over towards the top of the mat, swivel your front foot and take your back foot forward. Once again, bend your knees, sweep up, inhale, exhale, hands to your heart. Let's repeat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, right foot back, ready for your half warrior or your high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, drop your hands. Opening out with the in-breath. Exhale, drop the hand. Drop your right foot to the center. Inhale, left leg high. And then you tap with your breath
all the way back. And your vinyasa, listen to your body. Downward facing dog. Feet together. Raise the left leg, swing it forward inside the hands, drop the right heel, and open out to warrior two. And once again, draw your glutes towards each other, lengthen crown from tail. Looking over your left hand. Now turn your left palm up, reach forward, inhale, exhale, reverse. Inhale, return to warrior two. Hands to your hips, straighten your front leg. Swivel the foot. Lift up through your ribs. Inhale, exhale, fold forwards. Let your hands hang towards the mat. And then take your hands to your tail. Lace your fingers. Straighten your arms, knuckles to the sky. Arms falling towards the back of your head. Take your hands back to your tail, drop them to the floor and walk them over to the top of the mat. Swing around and take a big step forward. Bend your knees. Inhale, swing up. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time, a bit quicker. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Left foot back on the in-breath, right foot to the right. Swing all the way up, inhale. Exhale, this is your twist, so drop your hands and open up the upper body. Feel the twist at the waist. Exhale, drop your right hand, hop to the center of the mat. If you've had enough of these, take a break, otherwise stay with me. Exhaling as your knee comes forward. And then take your vinyasa and into downward dog. Feet together, right leg to the sky, sweep it forward. Drop the left heel on your next in-breath. Warrior two. Flip your right palm, sweep forward and take it back. Inhale, lengthen your hands away from each other. Exhale, warrior two. Brilliant. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten the front leg. Wide angled forward bend. Lace your fingers at your tail, straighten your arms. Let your arms fall towards the back of your head. Take your hands back to your tail. Walk your hands to the top of the mat, swivel around, take a big step forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And again, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Sweep your arms up. You probably know this by now. You probably don't need me to tell you. Exhale, drop your hands. Left arm up to the ceiling. Drop the hand down. Hop to the center. Left foot back. Exhale, forward. And then take your vinyasa all the way up. Return to downward dog. Feet together. Raise the left leg. Swing the foot forward. Drop your right heel. Open out, warrior two. Palm to the sky. Reach forward. And take it back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Swivel your front foot. Lengthen. And exhale to fold. Bring your hands to your tail. Lace your fingers. Straighten your arms. Take them over towards the back of your head.
Then bring them all the way back to your tail. Release. Walk them to the top of the mat. Swivel round, step forward. And swing up. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, a few minutes for a standing balance. So come to the center of your mat. Make sure you can see me. Make sure there's nothing around you that if you lose your balance, you're going to smack into. We'll have a look at tree pose. Big toes touching, feet slightly separate, tail down, crown up, hands to your hips. So I'd like you to swivel your right foot so that it's on top of your left heel and open your hips. Keep your hips level. That's why I like to keep the hands at the hips so that I notice whether I sink into the hip. Keep your hips level. Now, if balance is an issue for you, this might be enough. And what you're working on is keeping the right hip open and the left leg strong. Otherwise, you might lift your heels so that your big toes just dusting the top of the mat. If that feels fine, you can slide your heel up to below the knee. Now, for some of you, you might be able to take your foot higher. What I'd like you to do is to try and do it without using your hand to begin. So lift the leg up as high as it'll go, tuck your heel in, and set your foot down. If you think you could then take it a little bit higher, you can do that with your hand. Bring your hands into your heart, lengthen your crown, away from your tail. So you've got a long neck, a nice straight line all the way down. Now you can stay here if that feels nice and sturdy, or you can open your arms out so that now you've got openness across the chest as well. Helps to focus on something that's not moving. So looking at your own image in your screen, if there's any wobbling, might not help. Better to focus on something solid in the distance. To come out of pose, bring your hands back to your hips and control that foot all the way down. So let it make its own way. Use your body strength. Probably really feeling that in your left foot, your left leg now. Give it a shake. And we'll swivel around. Big toes touching. Left foot on top of right. Hips even. And left hip open. Slide the heel up first. So big toes touching. Or heel underneath the knee. Or lift your leg up. And look for the space above your knee. So what's really important is that you're not on your knee. Hip as open as you can, spine as long as you can. Squeeze your buttocks because they're your stabilizers. Hands to your heart. So you might notice that my right foot is directly underneath my crown to help me balance. So my feet weren't hip distance, they were together. Hands up and open them out. Long, steady breath. Try and find the stillness. Brilliant. Bring your hands back to your hips and control that movement all the way down. Wonderful. Okay, give both legs a shake. Come to the top of the mat. So time to cool down a little bit. Buttocks squeezed in together, long spine, hands to your heart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Take a step back with your right foot, drop the knee, and your left foot. And then come to sit in a comfortable seat, so I will swivel around to face you. So that might mean on cushions. It might mean sitting in hero pose on your heels, or like I am, this is easy pose. We'll take a nice stretch for the side body. So take your hands up together, lace your fingers, inhale,
A little softness in the arms. Take your right hand to the mat. Turn your left palm towards the floor. Reach up and over to the left. To the right, sorry. Now make sure that your left buttock is really rooted down. It will want to lift up, so keep it rooted. And then the other thing to notice is that you're not folding forward. This is for the side body, so your heart's very slightly open up to the ceiling, and you might even look up to the ceiling. Take an in-breath, reach your left hand over to the right, and come back up. Wonderful. Do the same on the other side. Plant your left hand just level with your hip. Right hand up, reach up, up, up. Palm's going to face over towards the floor on the left. So you're sliding to the left. Make sure there's space between your left ear and your left shoulder, and your right buttock is on the mat. Once again, open your heart up, look up towards the ceiling, relax your forehead, and breathe through your nose. Inhale, slide all the way back. And help your legs together. Good. Roll onto your back nice and slowly. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Then drop your right foot and take your left ankle over your right knee. You can open the hip. This is a stretch for this outside edge of your leg. You can gently press into the thigh. Make sure you keep the foot flexed. Or, if you like, both hands can reach for your right hamstring or your right shin. This isn't about creating a particular shape. This is about getting the stretch that's right for you, just about here. Make sure your neck and shoulders are relaxed. Let's take 3 breaths here. Nice long deep breaths through your nose. And then let your right foot find the floor. Cross your left knee over. Shuffle your right foot to the left and let your feet and your knees reach to the mat, and your arms can just stretch out. If it feels all right, you can let your head tilt to the left, but you don't need to go intensely here. Inhale, slowly take your knees back up. Take your right foot to the center again, uncross. Squeeze your knees in towards you and rock. Then drop your feet. Right ankle flexed, right foot flexed, ankle over left knee. Gently open the hip with your right hand, or possibly reach for your hamstring. So both hands are around that one left hamstring, or both hands around the shin, the left shin. Try and relax your shoulders, your neck.
and drop your left foot. Cross your knees. Walk your left foot over to the right. Right foot finds the floor. And knees fall to the floor. Arms relaxed. Take your head, if it feels all right, very gently to the right. Notice if you're holding any tension at all anywhere that you don't need. If you are, it might be an indication that there's some pain or discomfort that you're protecting yourself from. You might need to adjust your pose. Next in breath, bring your knees back up. Uncross your legs. Knees back towards your chest. And then stretch out your legs. Take a big whole body stretch. So you can flex your feet, wriggle your body. In fact, let's do this. Let's bend the knees. Take hold, bend your elbows and take hold of your mat, the sides of your mat. So you've got bent elbows and you've got the side of your mat. Now start to straighten your arm and feel your torso lengthen. So it might just make a little bit of length across the ribs there. Then keep that length in your upper body and take your legs out one at a time. You might feel your lower back nice and flat onto the mat, hopefully, and you can feel that softness and that emptiness in the belly, probably why this is called pond pose. Now reach your fingertips towards your knees, so your shoulders are lengthening down and your neck's longer. Then keep that length in your arms and take them all the way overhead. Keep reaching up. So you're using your arms as tools to lengthen your body. Take them all the way up. Then lace your fingers, turn your palms away from you. And possibly even wiggle a centimetre or so longer. Reach your heels away one at a time, feet flexed. Take a nice long in-breath. And as you exhale, let your legs soften, let your shoulders relax, elbows soft. Bring your hands back by your sides. Palms facing up, feet flopping away from each other. Now there's just one little bit of lengthening I'd like you to do. So take your nice relaxed hands underneath your head. Lift your chin up, or lift your head up so that your chin tucks in. And then keep that length in the back of your neck. Then drop your arms down. Now try and relax your body as much as possible. Use the out breath to soften. Take an energizing in-breath. Stretch your fingers. Point your toes. And then with the out-breath, start to make some movement in the ankles, the wrists, the fingers. And roll carefully onto one side. Use that top hand to help you up to a comfortable seat. Brilliant. Take a moment, sitting upright, hands in prayer or one hand on top of the other, eyes lightly closed. So take a moment at this point in gratitude for the practice of yoga,
to yourself for bringing yourself to the mat today and for having a strong, healthy body.
Thank you very much.
Nice to practice with you today. Do come back and visit this one as often as you want. Leave any comments you need to. Will help me to improve the practice. If you haven't already, subscribe, click like, and then you'll see more of the same. Okay, have a lovely day, and maybe see you again soon.